everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today we're gonna do another movie review. And I just wanna, first of all, thank all my viewers on the last movie review. This is the whole reason I'm doing another one. I am very passionate about movies I watch, and although I'm not that intellectual and I can't do the most intricate, most analytical reviews, I hope to do more, and I'm not really good at expressing myself on camera, but it's fine. And yeah, so thanks for tuning into that one and this one as well if you are coming back again. So this week we are doing a movie review on Wish You, and it's a Korean gay film as well, and it's also on Netflix. I try to keep it a little mainstream so people can find it, and which is easily accessible. And since we're doing another romance film, I decided to give it a little bit of a
romantic aura.
You know, giving off vibes, warm vibes. I dressed the part too, hopefully. It's your opinion, but I think I did great. Anyway, so the synopsis to this movie is basically a free-spirited singer whose love of music has him performing on the streets, and Kang In-soo's life revolves completely around music. He's supported by his friends, and In-soo hopes to someday turn his love of music into a full-time career. But doing this is obviously not easy, as you will see in the film, and yet he refuses to give up on his dreams. So he continues to go busking, and one day his best friend Choi Min-sung records his performance and puts it on YouTube, and a sort of producing intern finds this clip, and he is obsessing over it. He loves the music, and he starts creating sort of a duet to it. He loves his music. He thinks he's extremely unique, and he's a keyboardist, and he's sort of like working as an intern, a paid intern, part-time worker at a producing company. Basically, this keyboardist, he becomes one of Kang In-soo's biggest fans, and he starts creating the duet, as you see. So this keyboardist at this major recording company, he stumbles upon that video and he shows it to his boss, and they both are extremely convinced that he can make it big. His name, Sang-hee, which is the keyboardist, he basically becomes acquainted with Kang In-soo. On multiple occasions they meet up by accident, and then they start thinking, oh, you start thinking like, meet one time, coincidence, second time it's good luck, third time it's fate, and the whole thing rings a bell, and it's very interesting to see a romance blossom from that, especially from the Korean drama industry, because you don't see a lot of that depicted. You see a lot of bromance, and even within the K-pop industry, although many feminine aspects are portrayed through male idols, you don't often see the idea of really just gay people and LGBTQ plus community. You don't really see a lot of representation of that, other than a few select artists who have recently started coming out. And I think that's very interesting because it gives you a little bit of insight on the entertainment industry in Korea, as well as just their first, really, not necessarily first, I've seen a few, but I think this is really the first mainstream production of an LGBTQ plus couple, and I think that's obviously amazing. I did not think Wish You was going to make it so far, because there was very little talk about it within the Korean entertainment industry, as well as the BL community, things like that as well. And I watched the drama first, on Dailymotion, I believe, or there's definitely other websites out there, Line TV, those are the official websites. And they were first very, very short little episodes that would come out weekly, and I believe they were like 10-15 minutes each. And yeah, it was very short, but and it did seem a little cut off at some points, but they were definitely filled in the Netflix version. There was a lot of parts you'll see that flow much better, and they just, honestly, I have no complaints. The overall score given was a 7.8. Personally, I would give it higher, and I give it higher because of the cinematography. I think the cinematography was great. Even though at first I thought they had a much smaller budget, but seeing that it got on Netflix, I feel like there must have been a little bit of a mistranslation, but I still don't know about the budget, and I feel as though they did really well. It seemed like a very small story. It was a unique story, yet it felt very comforting. Didn't feel foreign, and there was a lot of warm aspects throughout the movie that you'll notice. The lighting, there's always that yellowy dim lighting, and it makes you feel that connection, like, oh, you're comforted by the episode and you're there. And yeah, and there's also multiple rooftop scenes you'll see that are very memorable. Disclaimer, of course, I'm gonna give spoilers. A scene where they were a little tipsy, drank a little bit, and they kissed, and of course, you know, that's cute. And the way they filmed it, I think, was very good. They depicted the scene very well. It showed the expressions on their faces very well. And I love how the movie does show their emotions more rather than them saying it so much. Speaking of which, the music does a lot to the mood as well. Me and my friend, we obsess over the OST of this film. It's just brilliant. They both sang, they both are legitimate singers, and they both sang a part of the OST for the movie, and they each have their own song for it. And I think the actor that played Kang In-soo, he sang, like, I think one song or two. He sang like two at least. And then the other actor who played, I think his name is Sangi, he sang one song that I know of, and he duetted one of Kang In-soo's song, which you'll hear throughout the movie, which is called Wish You. And yeah, you'll hear like how their voices really connect well. They flow well together. They intertwine. They're so good, so good. And they both legitimately play instruments, which is great. We love real actors who can play real instruments. We love that. Not shunning those who can't, but it's nice to see real things. Yeah, and so talking more about the plot, I need a breather. Okay. Talking more about the plot itself, I think although it was like a quick sort of thing, the development was rather quick in terms of how long they knew each other and also the duration of the movie. I think that it didn't feel rushed, you know? And especially when I was watching the drama first, which they've now condensed into the movie, and they've put fillers in for those transition parts that I thought were just a slight bit choppy. and now it flows extremely well. Even though they were so short, like imagine watching like a short clip, like a roughly 10-15 minute clip each week, or like 2 episodes a week. I don't really remember too well, but and then all of a sudden, like in like 2-3 weeks, they have this development. All of a sudden they're in a relationship, and it's also very different from traditional K-dramas, because I mean, there's usually 16 episodes, each episode like an hour long. The development takes a while, there's a big conflict and things like that. But although they still didn't have like the kiss till like really the very end, you know, or like middle end, which is following the pattern of K-dramas, I felt like I was like, ooh, that was rushed so quick, things are going too quickly. I felt like just excited for the next episode. I was excited to see what was gonna happen next. And I thought they did well with making it a point that there was a lot of stuff that went on behind the scenes of what we saw other than what we were shown, and just moments they had, and time was longer by adding in 1 or 2 sequences of like just, what was it called? Just compilations of them hanging out and them chilling. There was a scene of them cuddling. Let me tell you, my heart stopped. It was absolutely adorable. I loved it so much. It was so cute. And so many scenes will make your heart flutter, because it seems like young love, although they are at a pretty mature age. They're like in their early 20s, mid-20s, as they're portrayed. But it just seems so cute and innocent. And there was no sexual parts. For the most part, their relationship is platonic. We don't know what happens behind the scenes of their story though, but it just seemed very refreshing. And yeah, so it starts off with them just coincidentally meeting on the side of the road. There's, like I said, a few other coincidences where they met again, and the keyboardist Sungi is a pretty shy guy. He's a little awkward, but yeah, and so his boss sort of does a lot of the pushing for him, which is really cute. You'll see she's stunning, she's gorgeous, and Yang Yisu is also quite straightforward. There are certain quotes I remember. He was just like, "You're my other half," and it catches you off guard because you're just like, you know, I mean, they're just talking about straight up music. And he's like, "Oh, you're my other half." And I was like, oh shit, you know, got you good with that romance. Reminisce about that romance. Anyway. And it's just, love it. And I'm trying to think. Kang In-soo's apartment, stunning. It's this big space, and I mean, me and my friend, we were like, oh my god, you know, it looks like a movie, a music video scene. And then, Sang-hee's room is so cute. It feels very homey, and I like how they visit each other's place. It's just like they're very comfortable in their friendship. As they develop along the way, you know, they had that one little circumstance where they end up living together. And they end up living together at Kang In-soo's apartment, and it's lovely because his parents are rich, and you'll find that out too. I don't want to spoil too much. I mean, although it's a movie review and it's basically just me spoiling, but the development is very cute. I don't know if there's too much character development. It's more of like relationship development for me that I saw. So although there was definitely like some character development because Kang In-soo is a little short-tempered. I thought that overall it was mostly just like their relationship and how they developed, yeah. And I'm trying to think. Obviously, conflict occurs, and so there's an issue of Kang In-soo. He wanted to become an idol after Song-yi offered him through his boss to become one and train at his recording company, but due to some issues, that wasn't happening, and so he obviously got very upset. They had to sever connections for very briefly. They still visit each other like the next day, but and it was kind of just like an internal conflict from there, and we saw how they were like, you know, what is more important, what my parents think and what of my music career, or what I truly feel, because if I let them control me, then I can't love who I want to love either. And that played an extremely important role in their final sort of realization, connecting point of whether or not they would be together. And although Song-yi is a quiet guy, like he's pretty chill, he was the first one to make the move. Granted, they were a little tipsy, but still, it caught me off guard to say the least. I screamed for like at least half an hour. It was so cute. And yeah, 10 out of 10 would recommend. I really liked it a lot. And say hi to Maple, my cushion. I'm not really sure what else to say about this. I feel like it's a rather simple plot, easy to follow, and it's a quick watch as well. It's around an hour, 40 minutes. Yeah, hour 42 minutes. And it's on Netflix. And the two main actors, of course, attractive, stunning, and it would be lovely if y'all could follow up on them. And don't mind the side noise, it's just my family. So, other than that, I think we're good to go. I will say the ending is very sweet, and you'll hear a lot of lovely music throughout the movie for sure. And yeah, I keep saying and. Thank you for watching, as per usual, and hope to see you, or well, I hope you see me again next video. And please give me some movie recommendations of any sort. I'm open to any genre. I just happen to love romance, and I do like psychological films too, things like that. But yeah, I'm pretty open to anything, even documentaries. And I'll have another video hopefully up soon, but I couldn't really film too much last week because it was midterm week. Yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.